Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. I'm back with another very interesting SQL problem. So this question was asked by Arvind. He has sent me this problem on my email ID and he said he found this problem on internet and I found it very interesting. So I thought I will solve it. So we are going to solve it with two methods today, right? As normal, one by Aam Zindagi and another is Mentos Zindagi. Okay. We are going to learn some new concepts in today's video. So watch this video till end and I'm sure you will have some fun time. Okay. So here's the problem. So there are two tables. There is a table job positions and there is a table job employees, right? So if you look at these tables, let's create these tables in SQL Server quickly. So I'll just copy this and Control C. Let's go to the SQL Server and let's paste it. Okay, I will just do correct, select all, execute, and the tables are created. And let's see the data quickly. So we have select staff from job employees, right? And we have select staff from job positions, right? So we have two tables. Let's run them and see the data. Okay. So these are the two tables. If you see, if you see there are two tables, let's look at the first table, job positions, right? So in job positions table, the second one, if you see, we have the different positions. So we have general manager, we have assistant manager, and how many total posts. So for example, for general manager, there are total one post. For manager, there are five posts, and for assistant manager, there are 10 posts, right? So this is how this table is designed. Second table is job employees. In this table, we have all the employee details, right? So we have all the employees and their position ID, right? So this position ID refers to the ID of positions table, right? Job positions table. So which means for the job position one, there is one employee, right? So this guy is a manager, right? For job position two, manager position, how many employees are there? You see, there are one, two, three, four, three. Three employees are there. So total there are five total positions, right? Total post, but there are three employees working only. Similarly, if you look at the assistant manager, there are 10 positions. Total posts are 10, but how many are working? Only six people are working. From here to here, there are six people, right? So this is how it is, which means there are two open positions, right, for manager, and there are four open or vacant positions for assistant manager, right? Now, what we want in the output, so if you look at the question here, the output looks like this, right? Let's zoom it and see. So, for each position, how many total posts are there? That many number of rows should be there in the output. So, for general manager, if you look at it here, there is only one open position, right? And this is the one row for general manager, and one guy is working already. So, John Smith is working. So, we have John Smith in front of general manager. Now, if we look at the manager, for manager, we have five total positions, right? So, if you see there are five rows, one, two, three, four, five, right? And for three positions, three people are already working, right? You see, Jan, Michael, and Emily. So, if you see here, Jan, Michael, and Emily are there, right? For position ID 2, right? Similarly, for assistant manager, there are 10 positions. So, we have 10 rows. Out of this, 6 are occupied by these guys from here to here, right? Position ID 3, right? And for 4 position, we have a backend position, right? So this is how we want the output. Okay. So let's move on to the solution. We will start with our Aam Zindagi and then we will move on to the Mentos Zindagi. Okay. So now what we are going to do is there is a concept of recursive CTE. So in our first solution, we will use recursive CTE. Okay. Now I have created another video to explain in detail how recursive CT works. So I will tag that video on the top. You can just go and watch it if you don't understand the recursive CT. Because I'm not going to tell you in detail how recursive CT works, but I will use recursive CT in our first solution. Okay. So now one thing is clear. One thing is clear that we need as many number of rows as total posts are there, right? So total how many rows we need in the output? We need one for total post, For general manager, 5 for manager, and 10 for assistant manager, which means total 16 rows we want, right? So what we can do? So let's start with the solution. So what I will write, I will start with the recursive CT. I will say with CTS, right? And I will pick up this table, right? Job positions table. So I will say Control C, select star from job positions, right? So this will be my anchor element. Now I will say, I will take all the columns from this table. So I will say ID, and then I will say title, and then I will say groups. I will tell you why I'm doing it, right? I will say groups, and then labels. I'm just taking all the columns one by one, and then pay scale, right? And then total post, right? And I'm going to drive one more column. Let's call it RN, okay? And I will say 1 as Rn. Okay, I'm assigning value as 1 for this row number, right? We'll do something else. Just keep on looking at it. Okay. Now I will say union all. Union all. What I will do, I will just copy this again, paste it. Now this time I will say from CTE itself, right? From CTE itself. That's why it is a recursive CTE. And here I will say Rn plus 1. Okay, so what it will do for the first row, it will pick this, right? And for the second row, it will give me 1 plus 1, 2, right? Again, if you have not seen the recursive CT video, watch this. Otherwise, this will not make sense. Okay, so it will keep on giving me more and more row, but I will put a condition where Rn plus 1, right, less than or equal to total post, right? That many number of rows I want for each position, right? So if I run this CT now, and I will say select star from CT, right? And let's run this. We'll see what is happening. You see there are total 16 rows on the bottom right? 16 rows, which means we have got the required number of rows that we need for our output. So let me sort it also. Order by ID comma RN. Okay. And just see the output again. So if you see, we have one row for general manager, right? RN is one. For manager, we have how many? 5 rows, because we have total 5 posts, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Similarly, for assistant manager, we have 10 rows, right? So this is the first thing we got it, right? This is the most important thing for this problem. Now next what we have to do, we have to get the employee's name also, right? So whatever manager position is working, whoever is working, we have to get it, right? So for that, we need the employee table, right? So let me copy this and open a new window, okay? And let me run this. Okay, so if you look at it here, we have the employees and their position ID, right? And here also we have all the employees and their position ID. Position ID is this one, 2, 3, right? Now what I should do, what I will do from the employee table, I will generate a row number so that I should be able to join on this, right? So I need to join on position ID, right? First thing is I need to join on position ID. So position ID is 1, right? And this will be joined with this guy, and this is fine. There is only one record, right? But for other records, if you see position ID 2, so there are 3 records with position ID 2, right? And now I need to join with position ID 2, but how I will join? I should need a RN, row number as well to join, right? So for the employee table also, I will generate a row number. So I will say, comma, row number, right, over partition by position ID, right? For each position ID, I need a separate ranking, and order by ID, right? That's it, as Rn. So if I run this now, you see we have the Rn, right? And then we have 1, 2, 3 for position ID 2, and here also we have 1, 2, 3. So now I can join on position ID and Rn, right? And I will get the employee names, right? So let me copy this code and let's take it down. Okay, so we will go here. Okay, let me create EMPS, and this is my EMPCT, right? And I will say from CT, now I will do a left join, right? Left join, because not all positions are full, right? Some positions are vacant. For that, we won't have employee. On CT dot position ID, sorry, ID, right? Equal to EMP dot position ID, right? So CT table ID is referring to the position ID, and CT dot RN equal to EMP dot RN, right? So if I do this, and if I take all the columns CT dot star comma EMP dot star, right? So if I run this, okay, there is this ambiguity, so let's clear it. CT dot and CT dot. Okay. Okay. So if you see, we have the required output almost, right? So for general manager, there was one employee, John Smith, right? For manager position, there were three employees, right? And we have the name for these three. For other two, it is null, right? Similarly, for assistant manager, we have the name of the employees. That is what we were looking for in the output, right? So if you look at the problem, you see employee name, and in place of null they have put vacant. So what we have to do, we have to just do a null handling, and I will say ct dot star, and from here we just need name, we don't need everything else, and I will say call as, if employee is not there, then put vacant as name, right? And let's run it for the last time, and we have the required output, right? So wherever it is not there, we have that vacant. Two manager positions are vacant, and four assistant manager positions are vacant. Okay, I hope it makes sense. I hope it makes sense. Okay, let's do it with the second approach, which is Mentos approach. Okay, let me pull the tables again. Select star from job. Let's look at the job positions table again. Okay, again, for the job positions table, that is the main thing, right? Because we have to have more multiple rows for each row. So here there is one position, so there is one row, but for manager again we have to have five rows. So initially we did it using CT, right? Now how else we can make multiple rows from one row? That is a challenge, right? So what I can do, let's say I have a table, let's say table name is table T1. Okay, in this T1 table, let's say I have some records 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, or whatever. They are running numbers in this table, right? Let's say the column name is Rn. If I have this kind of table, okay, let's say I have this table which has one column Rn, right? In the T1, if I join this table with this table, job positions table, based on Rn, just look at it carefully, Rn less than or equal to total post. Okay, this will be my join condition, right? I will join these two tables and I will say Rn less than equal to total post, right? So this row will join with this row, right? Just one, right? It will not join with this because Rn will be 2. But I am saying Rn less than equal to total post. So we will have a one row for general manager, right? Now for this row will join with the five rows, right? It will join with this as well. So 1 is less than equal to 5, yes. 2 is less than equal to 5, yes. 3, 4, 5. So 5 rows will be joined of this table. So we will get 5 rows in the output for manager, right? Similarly, for assistant manager, we will get all 10, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all are less than equal to total post, right? Now if even if we have 11 or 12 or 15 rows, it is fine, not an issue, because our joint condition is Rn should less than equal to total post. So we will have till 10 records, right? Now to generate this table, right? Now first of all, this table, how many records should be there? Ideally, whatever is the maximum number of posts. So if I have 10 posts, if in this table I have 10 rows, I will make use of it, and that will be enough for me, right? Because 1 5 will anyway qualify and 10 will also qualify. So somehow I need to generate a running number till maximum number of total posts in my table, so that I can create a dynamic this table, right? I don't want to hard code that, because here we have total post 10, so I will generate till 10, that's it. No, tomorrow it can be more, right? So I don't want to hard code it to 10, right? How I will do? So there are multiple ways. One is, if you know recursive CTE, in recursive CTE also you can generate a number from 1 till maximum number of total posts in this table. Okay, that is one way and you can try it out. But let me tell you another way. Okay, so let's say in your database you have some other table. Let's say I have this table, select star from orders. I have a orders table, right? So let me run this table. If you see, let me do order by row ID. Okay, and you see, I have a row ID here. I have many records, 994 records, right? What I can do, I can limit number of rows from this table, any arbitrary table you can take, right? Not necessarily you have a running number. Here I have running number, so I will make use of it. Otherwise, you can also generate a running number. All you need is one table which has good significant number of records, which will be more than our maximum number of posts in this table, total post, right? At least 10 records should be there as per this question. So I have quite a number of records. What I will do, I will say select star from orders, right? Where, let's take this column, row ID less than or equal to, right? Select max of total post from job positions, right? So if I run this, so this max is 10. So I'm going to get only 10 records from this table. So see, I got 10 records and I just need row ID. I don't need anything else, right? So I will select row ID and I kind of generated 10 records, right? You see, 1 to 10 are there, right? Now this can become my this table, right? I'll show you, but you understood what I'm doing. Let's say you don't have a row ID, like I have row id in my table, but what also you can do, you can generate a row number and then use that row number to limit the number of rows using order by. You can generate a row number and do it. But if you have a running number from starting till 10 or whatever, right, a unique primary key starting from 1, you can use that. So I've used it here, right? Now this becomes my table t1. So let's say it is my width T1 as this. So this becomes my T1 and I will call it as Rn, right? Similar to how I have created here, right? So let me close it. Okay. So this has become this, and now I will say select from job positions, right? Select star from job positions, right? Inner join T1 on, let's call it JP, or let's call it like this, T1 dot Rn should be less than or equal to total post, right? That's what we want. Let me run this and show you. So if you see, we got the 16 rows again, right? We got the 16 rows, isn't it? The same thing. One general manager, then manager. Let me sort it. Order by ID, comma Rn. Right? So if I do this, you see, I got the 16 rows exactly, right? One general manager, 5 manager, and 10 assistant manager. Now it is the same left join we have to do that we did earlier, right? So without recursive CT, we generated so many rows And now I will just copy paste exactly the same code, right? So let's call it CT, right? I can do in this as well, but I'm just replicating the same thing. You don't have to create one more CT, but I'm just creating it just so that I can copy paste it, right? So this is my CT now, right? And instead of left join emp on ct.id equal to emp dot position id. It says position id is not valid. Uh, okay, emp is our employee positions, right? Directly we can use. We don't have a emp here. We generated a row number, but not required. So I can just directly take job employees, right? So let's take it. No, we need it, right? There also we have the row number. My bad, my bad. So let me copy this. We need it, right? We have to join on the row number. My bad. So we need emp as well here. We just remove the, let me take it here. Okay. And now we should be fine, right? Remove this. That's all. Let's run this and see. Are we getting the same output or not? Okay. So you see, we got again 16, right? And we have the backend too, right, for manager position, and then 4 for assistant manager position, right? So we achieved the same thing which we did using recursive CT using this trick, right? Using this trick and a non-equi join. Non-equi join means we are saying rn less than equal to total post, right? Now this can be overwhelming because this is very advanced concepts, right? So you should try it yourself. In the description box I will put, in the description box I will put the script to create and insert the data, and then you can try out and let me know if you have any other simpler or better solution. Okay, thanks for watching it till end. Have a great day. Keep watching the videos, share my channel with others, like the videos. Thank you for supporting. Thank you. Have a good day.